Hey, peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. What's going on? It's your boy, francoiscanvas. Back at it with another one. Today, I want to dedicate this one. This is another one, actually, I'm dedicating to, of course, to all the mothers out there. So, happy Mother's Day. I know it's Mother's Day, so everybody's celebrating, eating good and showing mothers love and stuff. So, you know my motto. I'm not really concerned with who jump on now. I do know it's Mother's Day, but I felt led to do a piece, on Mother's Day. Today I'm gonna take my time and send out as many invites as I can. And what I talk to you guys. Well, today I'm gonna do a special piece. And guys, once again, I'm always encouraging people to take advantage of this, what I do. Free lessons. I'm showing you stuff that you gotta pay 30, 60, who knows, $100,000 in college to learn. I'm giving it to you for free. And don't forget to support the channel. Yeah, I know there's a lot of you guys are afraid to come out the pocket to send $10, $20, $30 to the channel to help me grow. That's fine, but there's other ways you can support. You can hit the like button, so just to get the just to get the content out to others. The more you hit the like button, the more people I reach. But once again, shout out to all the mothers. When I say shout out to all the mothers, in the meanwhile, I'll be sending out some invites. Like I said, everybody's busy right now, probably drinking all types of expensive stuff and just enjoying themselves, having a good time on this wonderful day called Mother's Day, which I feel should be 365 days a year, because there's one day is not even scratching the surface to celebrate Mother's Day, but I'll take it anyway. While I run my mouth and I'm just over here hitting the button, just trying to send out as many invites as I can. Usually I'll send out like 150 invites and then 3 people will show up just to show you how busy we are. It's like it's a very busy world. Very busy world. But anyway, Francois Canvas is your boy. Welcome to my platform. This is a platform where I give step-by-step instructions on how to, put some colors together. And ever since I started this, man, I've been getting a lot of wonderful, how do you say that? A lot of wonderful things been happening for me ever since I started this. This is definitely a sign of growth. There's a number of things I could say about this platform that I started. It allowed me to. It's challenging because a lot of times, I'll be honest with you guys, most of my lives I make up the topic on the spot and then I paint. I don't need assistance from no picture. And once in a while I doodle some lines, and I might reference something that I want to paint. The only thing I do is put the lines, and the rest is like when I'm on my platform, I gotta get busy. Okay, so in 2 more minutes I get started. I'm not gonna talk too long. But shout out to all the mothers out there. One love to you all. And to all my classic mothers, to all my brand new mothers, to all my just to all mothers in general, to the great mother, but that's a separate topic. I would get into the topic of we appear to be individual, but we are part of a collective. Nobody is separated from nobody. In actuality, we're all send these invites. Tonight I'm really hoping to get, I'm gonna see, hold on, let me get back on this. I'm really aiming for, I really hope people don't take offense to these invites. It's not that serious, y'all. It's just a guy on the Facebook platform, giving some instructions on how to paint. I've been doing this so much, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am confident in my skills. Prior to me doing this live, prior to me starting this channel that I'm trying to make grow bigger, with the help and support of you guys. I know how to paint, but ever since I started doing this, it's like I'm painting on a different level. Now, don't take it like I'm being prideful. That's not what it is. I'm just saying that I've really got in touch with the painting. Just think about it. If I have a window of an hour to put a picture together. Sometimes I give myself a window of 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Usually it's an hour because I talk to you guys. I like to, take my time. And on top of that, you're going to have a time lapse. Today, hopefully I don't mess it up because the last piece I did dedicating it to the mothers, I messed up that live, man. Not the live, I messed up the time lapse. So, I think I have enough invites. I do it at random at this point till I get to the end of my list. And hopefully, I don't get flagged for sending out invites. Hopefully, people don't get annoyed at me sending them invites to encourage them to be creative. Hopefully, that's not an annoying thing to do. I like to stay on everybody's good side. So if you hear tapping, that's me hitting the buttons on the screen, sending out the invites. So my apologies for the tapping. And then we're gonna get busy, sending some invites. Once again, happy Mother's Day. Hey man, let's have some fun, man. Come into my world for about an hour. We'll talk about some stuff. We'll do some paintings, and we'll get busy. So I think I sent enough invites. My fingers are getting tired of sending out invites. Anyway, so peace, y'all. Once again. Oh, Carlo Merville is watching. Peace to you, Carlo. One love. Shout out to your moms. Shout out to your lady. If you guys have a baby, I'm not sure. Just shout out, peace. It's all positive here. Now today I'm gonna put together something really special. We're gonna start off with a really, really, really golden color. Damn, did I soak this brush? I don't think I did, but let me see if I could loosen the bristles. You don't need a flat brush about like this. My God, I didn't even prep my brush. This is my brush right here. Anyway, guys, let's get started. All you need is some brushes, some paints. We could talk about colors. On this, I have purple, brown, and black. Here I have primary colors, an additional yellow and white. And here I have brown, some kind of tan color, and green. I could add more colors, but hey, you could make a painting with 2 colors, Hey, one love to y'all, shout out. And let's get busy. Let's get busy. I think I gotta invite my group. What's wrong with me? I'm supposed to do that. I'm not seeing the option to to invite my group. Let me see. I don't see the option. Well, hopefully you guys send me some stars. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Hey Carlo, can you do me a favor and send me a thumbs up if my audio is good? If that's not too much to ask. I just want to make sure my audio is good. Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. Can I get a thumbs up? All right, let's get started. I'll give Carlo a chance to think about my request. So now, today we're gonna do something real simple. I'm just gonna have a water going this way, and at the end of it all, we're gonna draw a little tiny little log bridge. Nothing crazy, just to give it, look and character. So the goal today is to create a glow, and then as we move forward, you'll see and then you'll make out the details. See, I always do nature pieces because for some reason I'm drawn to doing that. So let's get busy. Always have an old t-shirt present. Look at me, I'm spilling paint all over the place. Spilling paint all over the place. Look at that, I got a brown on my hands. So we'll put that brown back. And let me take that black. It's all good, guys. That's the, if you're in the kitchen, you might get splashed with a little grease once in a while, All right, let's move forward. Let me make myself comfortable. I got all my tools. I got all my colors. I sent out all my invites. Shout out to all the mothers. I'm going to be saying that several times throughout this thing. All right, making sure my brush is nice and clean. Yep, nice and clean. Let's get started. For this yellow here, I don't have a lot of it, but I'm trying to create a glow like dead center in the sky. We're going to create like a glow right here, something like this. I'll create a glow like that, something like that. All right. And then we're gonna go into a different kind of yellow, and then we're gonna create another color right there. Add a little yellow here, a little yellow here. Let me wash my brush some more because I see some other colors coming off of it, but it's okay though. It still look good. Now, I'm missing one color. I'm gonna go digging for it. I actually see it. It's right here. I'm gonna add a little bit of that to the sky. I wanna give the sky a nice little look. And about to get busy. So real simple, we're not gonna get too crazy. Watch how fast, see lately I've been trying to narrow down 200 steps to 100 steps. Just to give you guys an idea. It might look complicated what I'm doing, and it might even look simple to some of you guys. Some of you guys probably be like, oh, this guy's not that, I thought he was going crazy. Well, that's not the point. I wanna make it as simple as possible. At the end of the day, this is an art tutorial. And I really want to teach you guys this. I mean, it's a skill. It belongs to the universe, so I'm just channeling the skill so you guys could have access to it. So, with that other yellow, add a little bit of color like this. See? On the side. A little color like this on the side. See? Something like that. You can even add a little more if you want. Something like that. Something like that. With that same color, go on the other side. Something like this. And then you could even go back into that second yellow that you use just to kind of like blend it. Something like that. Something like this. I'm gonna take a little tiny bit of red and we're gonna put it here and then come in the bottom with it, something like that. Tiny bit of red, tiny bit of water, because you're trying to loosen this up a little bit. Tiny bit of red, tiny bit of water. Come right here, tiny bit of red. Make it even. Tiny bit of red, tiny bit of red. that's too much red for you, go into the yellow, you know? Kind of like break it up, something like that. And then come back up a little more red on this side. A little more red on this side, right? It looks crazy, right? It looks crazy, like nothing's happening. Now, you have two options. You could add a blue. I think I'm gonna go with the blue. With the red still on the brush, you're just gonna add a little blue in the corner, you know? Let's wash the brush actually. Go into the blue now. You gotta paint with confidence. You gotta paint like it's a download versus you struggling trying to get it done. See, come on the side with the blue, something like this, something like that. And then we go on the very top, just a little bit, a little blue, just splash a little blue on top, something like that, something like this. Go again, something like that. See? See? A little bit of red. Put it here. Wash the brush. And now we're gonna create like a glow in the middle. But before we do that, let's blend our colors a little better. Something like this. Looks rugged, right? I kind of like it. I kind of like how rugged it looks. Doesn't matter. Now go into your white. Go into your white. Kind of, we know the sun is going to be situated like right about here. Don't put it dead center. Something like this. See? And then go out. But don't go back in because you're going to darken it. Wash your brush. Wash your brush. Wipe it. Go back into the white. Go back into the white. Start at dead center again, and then go another direction, something like this. You know, kind of like blend it real good, just to create that glow. Grab the white again. Go back to the center. Now this time you come out this way. You know, and then just leave it alone. Wash your brush again. This is the part that's a little, you gotta have patience. Back to the middle again, and then come out this way. But don't go back, because you'll bring that color back into that bright spot. Wash your brush again. Now this time we're gonna take a little tiny bit of yellow and white. You know, just come right here just to enhance the glow on this side. See? Something like that. See? Something like that. A little yellow and white on this side as well. See? All the other colors you added. Now, after you do that, you might want to touch that blue up again. Touch that blue up again until you get that nice blue color. And then just come into it. Create little streaks here and there. See, something like this. Something like that. We're trying to make a bright, we need a really bright spot there. Now, I'm going to continue with the white again, because I'm just trying to get a glow going. Just a glow. We're not really going to define the sun. Come back again. This time, you know, something like that. See? Wash your brush. Wash your brush and wipe it. Come back to the white, back to the center. Whenever you go somewhere, try not to come back in because you're gonna mess it up. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You gotta really control your paint at this point. Go back to the center, right? And just as you circling, you going wider, but don't come back in. As you circling, you go wider and don't come back in. Something like that. You know, something like that. Something to this effect. We're gonna do that one more time. This time, just hit the brush a little lighter. See, something like that, you know. Now, I want not 100% satisfied with the glow. So what you do is, don't worry about this little circle here. See where I'm pointing at? Try to come outside of it and then add some more yellow. Don't worry about if it covers the red. You could still see the red through it. See, something like that. But don't come back, see? We want to create a glow. Just leave a little hint of blue. Don't cover the whole entire blue. Like come right here and do the same thing. You know, something like that. Go into, just go over it. See, something like that. Go over it. Go over it. You know, go over it. But don't forget to, don't like, now wash your brush. Wash your brush. Go back into that white again. Go back into that white again. See? Go back into that white again. Go start in the center. See? Something like that. Just to, you know, just make the top glow too. See? Something like this. There you go. It's starting to look good now. See? Now wash your brush. And then we're gonna do one last one, and then that's it. Something like right here. Something like that. Something like this. See? Create a nice glow. See, that's a nice glow right there. So now we're gonna start. So we have our glow, and we need now to, we're gonna keep it simple, because remember I told you there's a water that's gonna go this way. Real simple. Put some land here. Now let's see how we could execute that. Now before we do that, go into the white, and you could add that first yellow, a little bit of yellow to it, just a tiny bit. Mix that all together. Now try to come like this, and then create some kind of, try to like something like this. You're given the illusion of some kind of, I mean there's no water, so you're not making a horizon. See, something like that. See? Now, we could get right into the land part. This is where I told you we're keeping it simple. We're just gonna put a little bit of land here, but this is how we're gonna start it. I'm gonna use my oval brush. I could continue with the flat brush if I want, but I'm gonna continue my oval brush. I'm gonna take a little bit of that tannish color we were working with and add a little bit of white to it. Add a little bit of white to it, even a little bit of yellow. And then kind of like something like this. Come right here, like that. And then we want everything to blend in together. See, something like that. Don't worry about here. We're gonna cover that with water. Now go into that same tan color by itself now. You see, now it's getting a little darker. And then go into a little brown. Something like this. Into a little brown. You know, just gonna cover this whole area. Think of it as dirt. I mean, if you want, there's really no rules with the, see, I didn't even wash my brush. I take a little bit of green, mix it with the tan a little bit, and then just fill in the rest of the areas with that, see? We're being mad random right now, but it's all gonna make sense real soon. Go into the white a little bit, and then lighten it up here. Just try to bring it all together and blend it. Like bring a little white, a little bit of that tan color. See something like that. See something like this. Now, tell you the truth, I'm gonna go back to my flat brush. The oval is good. We'll come back to the oval when we making the trees. Now, remember you building this, so just have a little confidence. I went a little bigger with the flat brush. Now we got that covered. We need to create some kind of glow here, some more. See, something like that. Just glow that up a little bit. Just, we're gonna add a little yellow here. Add a little yellow on the bottom. We're gonna just glow that up. Maybe add a little white just to bring it together. A little white and yellow. Just create some glow here. A little white and yellow. Just create a little. Ooh, red got into it. How did red get into that? It's okay. We'll turn that into something. So since we got red there, take a little brown and black. A little brown and black. Add a little yellow to it, just to lighten it up a little bit. And then we'll turn that into, like some kind of foothill, something like that. Something like this. Make it come down like this. Add a little brown. Add a little black. Just add a little brown, black, something like that. Right? Make that come down like that. And as you're doing it, try to like shape the landscape as you choose. You go on top and come down. If you don't want any streaks, start at the very top and kind of like shape it into. But if you stop halfway, you're gonna see it. See that right there looks okay. Now, what we're gonna do now. See, that's what I like about these brushes. You could cover a lot of areas. So now, here's what you do. You're gonna add a little white, a little tan, and then we're gonna build some kind of, like foothill in the back of that. But that comes down flat like this here. Come down flat. Add a little brown. Come down flat like this. Be consistent. See, that's looking like it's coming down like this. See? You could change the shape at any time you want, but me, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And just add a little brown here, a little brown there. It's all gonna make sense real soon. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna make sense real soon. So I'm gonna put this brush away for a second. I'm gonna stick to my flat brush, but I'm looking for something smaller. I'm still using the flat brush concept, but I want something smaller. Wait, to do it now. So come here with a little white and yellow, cause remember, blend in together. See something like that. See, come right even right here. How are we gonna lighten this up? A little tan. Just create a lighter color and kind of like something like that, right? This brush is a little too soft, so I'm gonna put it to rest. I'm gonna grab my, and I'm gonna see if I could bring this little area together. Real lines. See? Go back to my flat brush. did? I'm trying to like blend everything in, make it come right into the sky, something like that. See? Something like that. You want it smooth. Smooth. Alright, give me a second. Pour out a little white. I've never really tried anything like this before. It'll come out good, see? Glow this up a little bit. See, something like that. See, we'll create the. We're still trying to get that glow going. The trick to it is you add a little white somewhere, something to this effect, and then you come with the yellow. See, that gives you a nice glow. Add a little blue, a little bit of red. Something to that effect. Now is take a little, take a little, just add a little black here. But just add a little black. Add a little black here. A little something to that. Now wash your brush. Let's try this tannish color here. Need to wipe the brush some more. Go into this yellow. Into this yellow. See what I did? And then kind of like, as this area is concerned, that's real easy. What you're gonna do is, it's already coming together. You'll see what happens. It don't look like much place, but a lot is actually taking place. I'm gonna go into my oval brush a little bit. Side of a hill, but right here, and then it fade away into the glow. Thing in before we start the next process. So the tan, add a little bit of white, and then kind of like a little tan, add a little bit of white. That. And then when you get here, wash your brush. Same thing. Add a little white. A little white. You know, something like that. Add a little bit of white to yellow. Try a different shade of yellow because we want this whole area to glow. Smooth it out a little. Certain parts, don't worry about that. We're gonna come on this side. We need a flat brush. Might be able to pull it off with the oval. It's gonna start coming together real soon, guys. Some Mother's Day's piece. We're just having fun. Something like that. Something like this. Wash your brush and fade into something like this. See how it came down? I'm not gonna go Go back up with the color because I'm going to darken it. Right? Wash your brush. Grab a little bit. Even everything together. You see? See something like that. Something like that. Now, it might not look like much. Now we're gonna start getting busy with details. Because right here, we're gonna have a water like this. And then we need to like broken up by a river, but we're gonna put the bridge. Hope that makes sense. Now, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some right here. Use this brush right here. We'll start with the smaller, finer brush because we want something from distance. So real light. Now let's think of a light color. We could do like a little light brown. Start with a little light brown. And then we'll just start creating some tree from a distance. Maybe this could be the first one. And then grab a little white, lighten it up a little bit, you see? We'll try it like that. We'll just add some branches real quick. Add some branches here on this side. Grab a little white, lighten it up a little bit, see? Something like that. You want it light, super light. See, something like this. Even though I put the brown, I went over it with the white. You could do that. Alright, let's try it again. You see what I did? I took the tree, and I'm just gonna draw a bunch of trees, and we're gonna have a little light little bush in the front. We'll do another one. See, look, we'll do another one here. I have too much water on that. Let's try again. See? We'll take this one and stretch it out. Take a little bit of white, and then just come in it, and then kind of like just add little effects here and there. You gotta really take your time with this. Come right here. Little branches here, little branches there. Something like that. We're gonna go on the other side and do the same thing. I kind of like how that brown is flowing. Add the brown. Maybe we could add a little red this time just to switch the flavor up. Some trees from a distance. One here. One here, and then maybe we'll put one here from afar, something like that. And then we'll give it little branches here and there. You gotta take your time and build this. See, something like that. Now, go back into that white again. Just loosen that white again. Loosen that white. You could even use the white for some branches. Let's do that. See? As we go from a distance, just keep touching that white. See, I never washed the brush. I just kept on transitioning into different things. Now, let's try a different type of tree. See from a distance. We'll try another one here. Just keep adding them. Just be confident. All right. Now, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take our little oval brush, because for some reason that oval brush makes some really, really fine. We'll use this one. Now, we're gonna take a little bit of brown, because we're trying to make it look like it's a little bit of brown, and add a little white, yellow to it, something like that. A little brown, a little white and yellow, something like this. And then you're just gonna add little trees, just whatever we just did. Just add little trees here and there. But switch the flavor up as you go along. See, something like that. Something like this. And you could put a hint of green here and there, but keep it light. See, something like that. You can put a hint of green. You could even come with a hint of yellow. But make sure you keep it, the water kind of loose. You know, we'll just add different flavors real light. See, something like that. See, that looks good. That yellow give it a nice little, see, that looks good. And then we're going to come in, whatever color you take, you put on the brush at this point, just go to the white, because you want those things to be really light. See, something like that. And if you can't see it, you just darken it up a little bit, like right here. Take a little tiny bit of brown. See, something like that. You know, just kind of like build the trees. You know, something like that. Take a little bit of brown. We're going to put a little bit of brown on top of this area like that. I mean, at this point, me narrating is because I want to talk, but really the brush is doing the. Now, watch what we're going to do. See? All of that we just did. Now you're going to take just white. Just white. Just think of where you think the greatest source of light might be. And kind of like hit it. Wherever you think the greatest source of light might be, something like that. Something like that. And then you could take just white. Just add little effects from a distance. It just keeps that area. It just give it that nice glow look. And you could slightly switch the flavor up. See? Tiny bit of green. Take a tiny bit of yellow and red. Come right here. See, like that? Tiny, but make sure you transition into the color real smooth. Something like that. You know? Something like this. Then go on the other side with the yellow and red. I like how that looks. You know, just add a little. I'm telling you, it's the little things that counts. And happy Mother's Day, man. To if there's any mothers watching me, I'm not looking at the screen right now because sometimes I'm really not concerned with that. Now, that looks good, right? That looks good. Now, I'm gonna do something real special. We're gonna do something real special. Find yourself one of those fine brushes. Come back into the white again. Loosen that up. Loosen that up, right? Come back into the white, loosen that up. And kind of like give these little trees a little highlight take some of that dark out of it. See, something like that. There you go. See, come on this side and do the same thing with this one. You know, come do this one. And now what we're gonna do is do some white branches. Maybe we could do. Well, what can we do? We'll bust out. We'll put a tree right here. It's a little bigger. Put a tree right here. See, something like this. Go back into the white. Put a tree right here. See, something like that. And take a little bit of brown and add little spots to it. You know, come right here like that. Now, go back into the white, but loosen, you might want to loosen your, this is a part, see the reason why I do these pieces is to show you that sometimes when you're painting, you got to really take control of the consistency. Pay attention to the consistency of your paint. So basically right now I'm giving a lesson. Once in a while you hear me say loosen up your paint. Sometimes you want the paint loose, sometimes you want it thick. Now I want it loose because I want to add some branches to this. You know, like let's give this one branch here. We'll give it a branch here. Give it another branch on this side, something like that, to this effect. And then maybe, you know, and then we come here, come here. Now, just to highlight that real quick to make it stand out, you know, you go in the bottom of it and just add a little dark here and there. Well, once again, loosen your paint because you're sliding. You don't want the paint to break as you're sliding. See, you come right here. Could darken it up with black a little bit, but make sure you loosen up the color. See, look, and then you see like this one right here, add a little, wait, control your paint, don't go crazy, see, come right here, just add a little highlight just to make that stand out, something like this, see, you know, if you want, it's up to you. If you want, if you choose, you come right here. I'm gonna need a little white for that. Let's lighten that up a little bit. You know, let's say our source of light is coming here. You know, and then just in case we don't add nothing there, that tree has a shadow. Now let's move forward. I kind of want some bushes here, but I still want the light to peek through. So let's see how we're gonna pull that off. Let's stick to the brown as our dark, add a little black, right? But you still want to come into that white because you don't want it too dark. And then we're gonna start maybe, you know, just try to start shaping your land right now. Maybe we'll add some bushes here. See, something like this. Shape it up. Add some bushes here. Shape it up. Something like that, to that effect. And the closer you get to here, you want to add a little white to it. See, something like this. Add some bushes here. Add some bushes there. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of white. Bring that out. Oh, I got a lot of cleaning up to do tonight. I got paint all over the place. Take a little bit of white, right? A little bit of white. And then kind of create some kind of, as you swipe in the glow and then come into these, because we want to create kind of some kind of glow taking place right here, something like that. Now we're going to go into those trees here because we know we got our source of light coming from that way. Take a little bit of green. Let's wash the brush and start fresh. Wash the brush. Take a tiny bit of green, tiny bit of yellow. You know, put that on your brush, but come into the white again. And then you're just going to start highlighting your trees, right? Now we're just going to put that color on top, right? Now, as you coming in here, you want to add more white than that. See, something like that, because you want that really light here. Add that on top, all right? Here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do now is grab your little fine brush, go into the brown. We're going to, look, real simple. We bring your brush into a fine point, kind of like, you know, just add little twigs here and there. You could even darken it on this side, something like this. Grab a little water just to loosen up some colors, some black. You know, just add some. Add little things here and there before we continue with the, you know, something like this. Then maybe you could come right here and create another tree. This time we'll do the tree. No, this is how we're gonna do this. I'm about to add a tree here. Grab yourself a flat brush, put some black on it, because things are starting to get closer. Put some black on it. I think I'm gonna leave this tree like that. I think I might. I'm thinking about it. Right? Put some black onto your brush now, right? Some black into your brush. Twirl it around, take off the excess, and then come into the white. One shot. We're just gonna add a big tree right here. Just make it. We'll just make it interesting. All right. We'll leave it like that. Now, this is one of those trees. This is one of those trees that just have, you know, maybe like a branch here and there. Maybe we'll bring it out here like that. Then we'll give it another branch here, something like this, something like that. But go back in the bottom and widen it some more. See, something like this. And maybe you could make another smaller branch come off of it, something like that. Right? And then you could come right here with another branch, make it come over like this. But you want to widen it. then we'll maybe add another one, something like this. And then maybe we'll do another. It's one of those trees that just crazy. Now, I could continue adding to it. The only thing I'm gonna do now to it is give it a bump, just to give it character. Now, you could come into the yellow, take a little yellow and white, just a little yellow and white, and kind of like come in, give it some characters here and there. Just be random and sporadic. Just like you putting dots on it. Just make it look interesting, something like that. You know, just break it up a little bit, and then you come back with the brush, kind of like if you want, take a little bit of black, and then kind of like break it up some more. It really gives the tree character. I became really good at trees because I go outside and I study them. Go on top, add a little more black to this area, something like that, you know? Now, here's what we're gonna do. Real simple. Just kind of like loosen up a little white, light color, a little yellow to it, because just to give that glow look, right? And just come in certain parts where you feel like the light might hit it, might hit a certain part of the branch. You might want to lighten that up a little more. Let's come here with that. Let's wash our brush. Let's start fresh. Take a little white, a little yellow. Let's loosen that up real good. Add a little more white to it. Now check this out, right? With that same color, just like I said, come around and add little highlights here and there where you think the light might be in those branches. You know, something like that. Maybe you come back here on this side and stop. Maybe you come right here on this side. Something like that. And then grab a little white. Loosen that up real good. And then just come like right here. Something like that. Trying to bring that tree to life, you know? Something like that. You know? Just make it look good. And then you can soften that up. See? And now let's go on the bottom with the black and just add a little definition. You know, a little definite. It's one of those trees. All right. You got a foot here, foot there. And then we'll make it interesting. This is one of those trees, and then it'll just have part of the branch coming out and go back in the dirt. And then you could just come down here and do all sorts of branches. Don't worry about that. We're gonna make that look good real soon. Loosen up the paint a little bit. Come back and just kind of like just create. Now, to make right here look good is kind of tricky, right? You see this little thing that's sticking out the ground? Now, let's start building that. Look, add a little white on top, something like that. Maybe a little white here, something like that. Real simple, watch. Take a little bit of black and then create a shadow. Take a little black and create a shadow. See, something like this. That gives it a nice. Now, what else do we need? Now, I do want to add some leaves to this tree, but I'm going to leave this one like that. But before I leave this one alone, we're going to have to, where's my fine brush? It's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. We're going to have to give this tree a little more definition. You could come back with that same yellow and white we was using for the other one. I'm going to add a little brightness to it. See? Add a little brightness to it. I'm not really trying to cover the bottom too much. You know, just add a little brightness to it. See, something like that, to this effect. Now, let's go into the dark. Take a little blue. Take a little blue and black. Add a little white. Blue, black, and white. So something to this effect. Now, come in the back and try to give it some shadow color. You wanna make sure you capture a nice little shadow on this one. You see, look. Sorry guys, this is one of those pieces. If you're not serious, you're not gonna do it. It's one of those pieces you gotta take your time and bring to life. Now watch this. I'm gonna start off with, go back to my oval brush. Let's start building some, no, before I do that, we're gonna take a little tiny bit of green, mix it with the yellow, right? And then stain it with a little brown. There's a reason why I say that. Add a little white to it. Okay, now a little more green till you get a color about like this. And then we're gonna come here, you know, and just kind of like just add some bushes because we overlapping stuff. Add some bushes and then make them fade away on this side with a little white. Make them fade away. See, something like that. Make them go from a distance. Just little, these little things that you do is what really brings the paint to life. And then you could take a little brown to, you know, start darkening the bottom parts. Something like that. Alright? Alright. Now, with that same skinny brush, go into just white now. And then you go right here. I'm really trying to make this one pop. You see, I'm gonna let it dry and keep adding. And you come back here and add a little brown, right? Now, wash your brush. Now we gotta start moving a little faster, or we'll be here all night. Check it out. Wash your brush. Kind of like come here. Just add a lighter color here as much as possible because you want right here to glow. You know, come like that. Grab some more white. See, something like that. Just add it on top of those things. You want to brighten that up a little bit. See, something like that. Go right here with a little yellow and white. A little yellow and white. And then brighten that up. Grab a little bit of yellow. Brighten those up from a distance. You know, just add, you know. Come again on this side. Brighten up some more. Come again on this side. Just add little details, but it's so bright you can't really make them out, but you can make them out. It's one of those pieces. Now, what we're gonna do now is wash my brush, grab a little white, See, I'm not done with the glow look. See, just brighten this area up right here. Just open that up with a brightness, something like that, right? Have a little yellow, see? But as you're going along, just think of shapes and stuff. See, something to that effect. Just give it a bright look. So now, to make it look good, what you're gonna want to do now is we're gonna go back to our little brown color. Maybe add a little black this time, and then we'll add a tree here and there. Just be careful where you add the tree. We'll add one here. Don't go too dark. Add one here. Come on this side, you got another one as well. For this tree here, we'll just leave it dead. So what we'll do is just grab a little light color, whatever light color you come up with, just come on the side, something like this. And if the paint not coming off, grab a little white. You see what I did? Something like that. Now, let's add some leaves to that because I don't want to leave all the trees without leaves. So for that one, it's tricky to do the leaves. So we'll add a little. We'll do black. All right? Just to add some shadows. Add some leaves to this one. See, something like that. Just give the trees a little character. See? All the lighter stuff in the back. You see how that pushed that back? Go back into the black again. Go back into the black. Add a little water. You can even add a little purple if you want. It's up to you. See? Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit of green. Normally I lighten up the green. We're gonna take just the green because we really want that to stay dark. We want to take just the green. I mean, it's up to you. If you want, you could dab it with a little yellow just to give it a little character, but kind of like go inside where the light part, where you think the light might be peeking out, something like that. See? And then don't take all the black out, right? Now, give me a second. I gotta pour out some more yellow, right? Grab yourself a smaller brush, like a smaller oval brush. Let me see. Oh, I might be able to use this one. I might be able to use this one. Right? Now, and then go into your yellow. Put yellow on the brush first. Right? Put yellow on the brush first and add white. Just a little bit of white. And then just come on top. And then we're going to try to create like a glow area. See, something like that. Just come into certain areas that you think the light might be peeking through. Something like this. and then we just leave it like that. Now let's go into our water. Let's find out what our water is doing. We're gonna add. Now for the water, you need flat brush. Now the water is tricky because you're gonna have a couple of rocks in there. So what we probably should do is start building our rock. So take a flat brush. Once again, happy Mother's Day. We're just over here having fun with paint. I mean, just start building some rocks here and there. One here, one there. Change the flavor around. Back and forth with black. There's a rock here. Take a little white, throw it on top. You know what we'll do? We're gonna use two brush while we do that. Take a little purple. I don't know, whatever color rock you see fit. A little rock here. Take a little brown, a little yellow. Add another rock here, something like that. You see? Just like that. You got yourself a rock. Have a little white. Add a rock here. Then add a rock there. Just keep adding rocks. 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 And then what you do is, with your secondary brush, go into the white and tan. Just go on top of your rocks, give it a little flavor. See something like that. See something like this. Just build your rocks. Something like that. Now, you might want to find yourself a smaller, just to put some more rocks from a distance. But as you get further away from the thing, make sure your rocks are a little on the lighter side. See, like this. Here, you maybe add a rock here, rock there, rock here. Take a little black, overlap another rock on top, right? You want to make it interesting. You wipe off the excess paint, add a little, just define this one, leave that one. Well, you could add a little something to that one. Come back again, just bust out a big rock right in the middle right here, something like that. Then go back into your white, but this time grab a little red. I don't know, just build different, and whatever happens sometimes just leave it. Don't go back over something twice. Something like that. And then you take a little white, highlight this area. See, something like this. Then we're gonna add maybe a little flat looking rock here. Come back on top with something like this, Rocks here, rocks there. See, rocks. See, these are all rocks. And highlight the tops. All rocks. Look at this. Then you grab, and you add another rock here. Then we'll maybe finalize it with another rock here. Add a little bit of this color on top. See, something like that. Just give the rocks a little character. Or we could try an old school way of doing a rock. I'll show you something. Watch this, y'all. Hey, we're just having fun, man. Right? You'll put brown on the brush. We're gonna pour out some more. Right? So you put a little brown on the brush. It's a classic way of making a rock. And then you just grab a little white on one side, and then look at this. You can just put a rock here, I'm trying not to block y'all so you can see what's taking place. Put a rock here. Put a rock here. Put a rock there. See, it'll automatically give you the highlight on top. And then we put another rock here. Maybe we'll put one that's peeking his head out like that. Take a little, wash the brush this time, take a little black, right? Once again, touch a little bit of white. Then you come here. That's one rock. That's another one. Look at this. Just adding rocks all over the place. Very rocky area. And then we'll define this one a little bit, right? Rock. Take a little white and yellow, put it right on top of it. See, something like that. Wipe the access, and then come in and build your rock, you know, something like this. You could take some of this color, transfer it over, get creative. Grab a little white, define this one. Break up the bottom a little bit. See? Like that. I mean, I think that's enough rocks. So now we're gonna have the water coming from back here. The only way to accomplish that really good is I'm gonna pour out a different shade of blue right here. You can make your water look like anything. So now, before we do that, let's define the shoreline with a nice little color. You know, we're gonna, you know, define the shoreline. We'll add some dirt here, something like that, you know. Add some dirt here. You know, just clean it up, make it look nice. A little white. A little white in that color, see? Come right here and add a little dirt here. A little dirt there. See, something like that. Smooth it out. I had no idea I was going to be using, every time I pour out color, it's like I need more of it. So I'm going to pour out a little bit more of that tan color. That's really a key color to capturing. I'm just showing you guys an easy way. And then you come here. It sounds, see, we want our water to come from here. So you add a little dirt-like type thing here. Something like that. You know, something like this. Go around it. You know, we're building this. See? Check it out. Take a little more dirt. You can add a little white. A little sand-looking type dirt thing. See, something like this. You know, smooth it out. Now, let's come on this side. On this side. Alright. Come on this side, do the same thing. I can't wait to see the time lapse on it. Let me see if I'm still on. Yep, still on. Now, you could take a little white and kind of like maybe come here like that. A little blue. Take a little blue. Whenever you're doing those pieces, notice I'm not talking much. I'm allowing the brush to do the narration. And then you take a little bit of white and then kind of like a bit of white and from a distance take a little bit more white. Don't worry, we're gonna come back and hook up this area, add something, because all we really need is this little area. Let's wash some brushes real quick, then you're gonna see what takes place. Wash your brush again, real quick. Wash your brush again. Now, you could even use your fan brush. Now, let's go into the blue, because we're trying to give a water look. So you can use blue. You know, kind of like just come around and let's try again. Have a little blue. Have a little blue. But try not to cover all your rocks because you work too hard for those. You know, come like this. Have a little more blue. Come this way. Like this. And then you just top it off with white. Pause. You know, like, just try to remember some of the things you did. Like, you come right here and go crazy, and then you fall down, and then fall down, and then grab some more white, and then kind of like go around this, you know, and then you go fall down, and you know, just give the illusion that there's some kind of water taking place, and then look, you could come right here and then come down. Just make the water look good. Like you come right here, come around, see, like that, and then we'll splash into this and whatever, and then now go around, because we know it's coming down a hill. Just, you know, just go around with the white with your fan brush and kind of like create little areas where it really gives that impression that some kind of water is flowing, you know. And then maybe right here, see, I'm trying not to block y'all. You'll splash it, splash, 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 and then come down. See, like that, just like that, come down some more, and then go into the water, and then you can come right here and give it the impression that it fell down here too, but then it did some kind of curvy thing, you know, just make it look good. You know, you come down here, it fell, and it continues. Maybe you come right here, it fell down this rock, and then, you know, just, and then and on top, you want to keep them smaller because you're looking at it from a distance, you know. You know, just like that, you got yourself some kind of water. Now I'm gonna loosen this a little bit just to create some, like say right here, and then right here, just create these little, like these little effects, and then come down and just create like little effects. See, maybe the water go around this and then go crazy. You know, just go crazy on the side. Just come here and splash, and then take a little bit of white and then kind of like, we'll come back and fix those trees. Because I really want to create like a, see, look, maybe like right here, come right here like this, and then come down a little bit. And then maybe you come on this side like this, and then you come down a little bit. Just give it, and then you could come right here and come down some more. See, something like that, something to this effect. And then just kind of like go crazy with the little highlights here and there. Grab some more white and then splash it here. Some more white, splash it. You know, just keep dropping where you was dropping, you know, like this. Like little, it look like little tiny waterfalls and stuff. And then you maybe make it come, goes around this, something like that. Just something to that effect. And then boom, you got yourself your water. All right, so now let's build some grass. Basically what we're gonna do is take a little bit of green. We're not adding grass everywhere. We're gonna kind of like add some grass here and there, just to, you know, it's like, say like right here. Then we'll take yellow and then push that back with the yellow, something like that. Just to give, you want to just give the painting a little character, you know, something like this. See, look. You probably thought nothing was gonna happen, and look at this, just like that, you got yourself a piece, you know? Take some more of that green, you know? And then maybe we'll leave some areas open, see, and then we skip around. And then you come back with the yellow, then something like that. I don't know. Go back dark. Just add some grass next to the thing, man. See, something like this. You know, just boom, that's it. And what you could also do is grab this and go up. You know, just create some kind of effects here and there. Now, let's do the same thing on this side, but we have an option. We could create a path to give it a look, or we could just add more grass. Let's pretend this is like the, take a little bit of yellow, but add a little white to it, and then just start, maybe do a little foothill right here like this, something like that. Grab a little white, and then separate that area like this. Boom, right? Then take green. You know, just go across. Just go across, something like this. Don't worry about that shadow. We can always come back and enhance. I'll show you an easy way to enhance that. Just take the green, switch the flavor up. Maybe something different happened here. And then maybe you could take a little bit of black. There's a patch of dirt. You know, a little bit of black, right? A little patch of dirt, right? Grab one of them, you know, maybe add a little dirt on top, something like that. Take a little bit of white, right? And then just highlight that a little bit, something like this, something like that. Take a little bit of more of that dirt in the back, something like that. And then you'll continue with the grass dynamic. See, something like this. A little yellow added here. A little green. A little yellow. See, something like this. Take a little yellow. Now, take a little bit more yellow, right? And try to think of lighter here. See? Try to think lighter here. Something like that. Try to think lighter some more grass. Excuse me, y'all. Loosen this up a little bit. Then you come back with some more grassy looking things here and there. You see? Just to give it character. Look, come right here. Take a little bit of red, add on top. Just distort the color, and take a little, and then take the yellow and then create planes. You know, just create layers and stuff. See, just like that. Just like that, you got yourself a piece. You know. Now, we're not gonna leave this like that. But what I want to do is, I want to take my time with that one. And then I really want to use another shade of green, so I will do so. Use another shade of green just to give that side its own look. Now check this out, right? Add a little bit of green. Sorry guys, this is one of those pieces where, watch what we're gonna do. Possibilities are endless with this area. See, I already have the color on it. We could, let's get creative. Let's add like, there's a rock sticking out right here, something like that. See, something like that. Go into the white and then kind of give it a little character. See, something like this, to this effect. See, something like that. Now, what we're gonna try to do is wrap some greenish type things around. See, something like that. But pay attention to the direction now that I'm going with this. See, I'm going down now because I want to give the impression that, and if you want, you could add a little black here. It really creates a nice separation when you do that. Just grab a little black. Just grab a little black. Don't worry about it. Just grab a little black. That's what I did, right? A little black. You could even come back with that little earth color, something like that. If it's not picking up, try it again. See, something like that. There you go. Something like this. Something to this effect, right? With that same brush, come back with that green, that fresh green we poured out. Kind of like come over that a little bit. See, something to this effect. It don't look like much, right? It's okay. And then come around this like that. Maybe come here like that. And then go on top. Just try to keep in mind the lay of the land. You know, something like this. Go around it. Something like that, right? We'll add something here to make it interesting, right? And then come back with your yellow. You could even switch the flavor up. So you come back with your yellow, and then just create little, just different. Don't try to be perfect. Just lay it out. Just lay it out. Grab a little white. Create some little separation here, something like that. See? If you don't like the white, add a little yellow to it. Grab a little more yellow, and then kind of like just create different little things like that. I'm gonna stand up and go around. Just to continue working on this area right here, see? Come right here, come down with this, see, like that. You gotta be consistent with that. Now, as far as our rock is concerned, into a little yellow and white now. Yellow and white, back and forth with the yellow and white. You're gonna want to lighten up your colors right here. See this area here? You're gonna want to lighten that up a little more so you can't see the green line. Because everything from that distance is created. All right, so now let's make it interesting. Take a little blue and black, right? We know there's water here, and it kind of, you know, just when you go into this one, take a little bit of black, kind of go into that and just create a little shadow thing. I'm telling you, it's these little things that you do to the painting that really see, like with here, you take black and green, just act like you're just making more leaves, but you create like a shadow at the same time, you see? That gives it a nice little flavor. See, something like that. Just to give it a little shadow. Now you could come here for our rock. You could do the same thing. Just do something like this, create some kind of shadow type thing for it. See, something like that. You don't want no sharp lines, you know. Now, we know our light sources come in here. You're gonna wanna do the same thing in this area. If it's not sticking, grab more black. If it's still not sticking, grab more black. But act like you're putting in the tree, some kind of leaves type thing. And at the same token, you create some kind of shadow. Go into your green, and then boom, there you go. See, something like that, you know? Come back with the black some more. Come back with the black some more, see? Darken that whole area, because you're thinking shadow. See, it made a difference. And if you want to make matters even more interesting, you take a little white and just start going here and then start creating little lighter areas. You see what I'm saying? And then you could even come here and create some kind of lighter. You see what I mean? It just makes it interesting, man. Just try to think as much shadow as you can. See, something like that. Shadow. Now, I'm gonna take a little bit of black with my fan brush, but I'm also gonna add a little blue to it because I don't want it too dark. A little blue to it. See? Little shadows here and there. Little shadows here and there. Now, you see this area here? What you could do is to break it up, because me, I'm like kind of like a perfectionist. So what I'm gonna do is with my big brush, nothing crazy. I'm gonna use a big brush and a fine brush. Yep, big brush and a fine brush. I'll put these away for now. You're gonna take black, take a little bit of brown. Just make it real dark, and then we're just gonna come here and break it up with a bush. Just break it up with a bush. See, something like that. right? You could even put a little smaller one in the back, like right here, something like that, right? Now grab your smaller oval brush, but before you do that, go into like the white a little bit. Try something interesting, see? Right? Now go into your green, just your green, and touch it up with a little tiny bit of yellow, and then kind of like come here. Like that. This one you could just grab just the yellow. Wash your brush, start it fresh, grab the yellow again, see? And if it's not sticking, you just add a little white to it, and then look, just like that, see? Like this. Wipe your brush on the bottom with the green. Something like that. Something like that. Now, the moment of truth. We have to create some kind of bridge, like a log bridge. We're gonna create a log bridge. So we're gonna make it real simple though. Real simple log bridge. You gotta use the right brush for that. And once again, happy Mother's Day. I'm just over here playing around with some colors. It's francoiscanvas. It's just a platform where I give you guys step-by-step instructions on how to put, some stuff together. So now we're gonna do a bridge. That water might not look violent, but it's really violent. So we're gonna add a bridge, say right here, a little small bridge. It's a small bridge, but it's still a bridge. It's bringing two areas together. So we'll go into our black, create a simple bridge. We'll just make one up. Just make a simple bridge. You know our bridge is about right here, something like that. Right? Then we know our bridge is about something like that. See? At this part here, just think of perspective, right? I did the first line. I'm gonna do another line here. I'll make sure it goes down like this into that. See? Just so it could have that bridge look, How do we want our bridge to look? Do we want handrails on our bridge? It's a log bridge, so we got to give it some logs. That's exactly what we'll do. We'll stick to the dark color. Stick to the dark color. I might be able to get it done with just this brush here. Then you'll come right here like this. Then you add another one. Then you add another one. Then you add another one. Until it disappeared to that area. Just a log bridge. Something real simple, guys. Real simple. Now, I'm gonna finish working on this part first, add that part, and then we add the last rail. So our bridge is not that fancy, so we need need a smaller brush. Need a smaller brush to create some kind of effects on the bridge. You know, we know our light source is coming from right there. So take a little bit of white. Just add little details here and there. Just to bring it to life, something like this. Something like that. Another little color. And a little highlight here. Then we'll add another little highlight. Need some more colors. A little highlight here, something like that. And a little more highlight. Put it here. Something like this. It's a little log bridge. It's a little small bridge. Now, we know our light source is coming from here, so that bridge, I was waiting for the water to dry a little bit, so the bridge will be casting a shadow. Wow, I gotta hurry up and do this. So here's what we're gonna do. We'll use this right here to a little bit of black, and then we know the bridge is casting some kind of shadow here. We'll loosen the water. Gotta hurry up. You know, we know the bridge is casting some kind of shadow here, something like that. You know, and then that's it. To give it a little character, we'll give it a little red and yellow look on the log. Just to give it a little color, a little tiny bit, make it look rusty. Add a little red to it, something like that. Grab some more white for highlight. Then we touch here, touch there. You know, a long bridge. Hey guys, real quick. You know, I did say it was gonna be like 100 steps, but I think I might have went overboard. But hey, still, for Mother's Day, I think that's a beautiful piece for Mother's Day, man. You know, that bridge right there represent, you know, bringing certain things back together. So I think we need to build a lot of more bridges. I think we're gonna need to do that. But hey man, I hope you guys enjoyed the segment. If you go back and listen to it, you know, it might sound a little complicated, but it's not. So off the camera, I'm gonna touch it up a little bit. Shout out to everybody who showed up. I appreciate y'all. Your Edson, Carlo, peace to y'all. Happy Mother's Day to your queen, to the Empress. You can't say queen. Your queen would be your wife. To the Empress, to the great mother, to the, you know, shout out to mothers. Mothers gave birth to humanity. And I'm not gonna speak too long because I think I took enough time on this piece, but I just wanted to try something different. You know, I was totally just going with the flow, but anyway, I think mission accomplished. I said I was gonna get up today and do a piece and dedicate it to Mother's Day. So shout out to all the mothers out there, one love. And then we're gonna fade out like I normally do with a close up. and I'll see you guys on the next live. Okay?